It's cheaper than therapy.
Yep. All right, everybody, welcome back. My mom just walked through the door. You didn't see her, but we're here for Money, Marriage, Magic.
Look at this. It is as big as my head. Literally as big as my head. Welcome, you guys. Yeah, Money, Marriage, Magic. My name's Jess.
And name's Zach.
And we're here to talk about something incredibly amazing and awesome. We're going to talk about...
New York.
Can you sing it?
Nope.
Concrete jungle with dreams.
I heard it so much. Yes.
So many times when we were there. But oh my gosh. Okay, let's just start it off like this. Scale of 1 to 10, 10 being best trip ever, 1 being worst trip ever. Where do you put it?
It's different category, but like, it's up there. It's up there.
That's not what I asked you.
I don't know. You know, these questions are tough.
1 to 10. Where do you put it?
Right now, like, I mean, just rate it, right? Not my favorite. I don't want to just rate it.
Just rate it, like in general.
An 8, 9.
Mine's a 10.
No.
Really? Lipstick?
Yeah, got it. Peanuts?
No, I was eating almonds. Yes. Need a little snack.
This little squirrel over here.
Okay, so... No, I don't know. For me, it was... Okay, so...
Now you're saying there's something as perfection. The perfect trip.
It was that trip...
It was great.
I mean, okay, if I could change
Here we go.
One thing, it would have been the weather. I would have liked it a little bit warmer.
I didn't mind it.
For me, I know, but I hate being cold, and I was cold 75% of the time.
Yeah, it was
But that's
brisk.
just me.
It was brisk, sunny weather, except one night it was a little rain, which was fine. Yeah. We still ended up, the one night we took an Uber back, which was needed to like try to go through this. But yes, we recently went to New York. We stayed in Manhattan. We stayed in Chelsea.
So we were there all day Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So 4 full days.
Yeah, we took the red eye from San Diego to New York.
Don't recommend it.
Why is that?
It was so damn bumpy. And apparently that night flight like that can be really bumpy. So like if you actually think you're going to get sleep, first of all, the flight's only 5.5 hours from San Diego to New York, okay?
You can't plan for this, can you?
Yeah, but even if, let's say, you got on the plane, you fell asleep right away, you slept through landing, the most sleep you could probably get on that plane is 4 hours. If you got 4 solid hours, that's not even enough hours to like get to a city and be like, yeah, let's go. Yeah. Like, I don't know.
Well, let's just go through from start to finish since we're starting that way. So we took the red eye. I think a big game changer was once we landed. We were, you know, when you've been up so late all night, you're like, oh my gosh. And we were planning on sleeping on the plane, getting up, going to our hotel, being on a cloud nine of happiness, and then going about the city. And we're then driving.
That was a definite no.
We're driving in the cab to the hotel. And even finding that out, like when you fly to Manhattan, cab fares have a one fare amount that'll take you into Manhattan from JFK for I think $70 or $75. So that's not bad, and then avoids toll or you don't have to pay for those. Anyway, we get to the hotel.
It's a ride too. It was like over an hour to get from JFK.
We're both hoping in the back of our brains. I wonder if we're going to be able to check in this early at, what was it, like
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock.
Just after 7 o'clock.
Yeah, true. So we get there and we're like, we're here checking in today. I was like, is there any way, you know, there's a room because we didn't sleep a lot. They're like, yeah, there's
like
early check-in.
Eyes are burning. Yeah. You're like kind of in that delusional state. You haven't really slept. You're like, what is happening?
But they ended up being like, yes, there's a room. It's a 25-hour check-in fee. I'm like, I don't care. Just pay it. So the biggest game changer is if you are going to take a red eye, do everything you can to just go to your hotel. And we passed out from 7 to 10 o'clock.
Set an alarm.
It was and even we could have slept.
Oh, if we wouldn't have set an alarm, we would have kept sleeping. Because here's 2 things that I suggest. Well, number one, most important thing. New York City is loud, and I think no matter where you stay in that city, there's just noise. It's just a busy city.
And we're on a construction.
Bring yourself either earplugs or a sound machine because you're going to struggle anywhere you try to sleep.
Yeah, we always sleep with a sound machine. Yeah, we ended up 7 to 10. We took a big nap, and did we get lox right after that? Yep, we went and got a bagel, cream cheese, and some lox.
See, like, the bagels are just different in New York. That's like what's different. They're like rounder, and they're like puffier, and they're like not as like heavy and dense, I feel like, is like the typical bagel. Oh my god,
it's not a bagel. So it's easier to eat than a bagel too, because they're like softer. But I mean,
they're fresh.
Yeah, true. There's a place right on the corner that we went to a couple times during our trip because it was just too good. It was just some days we got bagel and cream cheese, some days we got lox and capers.
Don't really worry about what you eat there, because I think the minimum we walked in one day was 25,000 steps. And I think the most we walked in one day was 30,000 steps. So, I mean, you walk a ton. I brought 4 pairs of shoes. I wore one.
I brought 1 pair of shoes.
I wore one. Like, it was just...
What are the shoes that I have? Allbirds?
Allbirds.
Allbirds for any... look, Father's Day is coming up. Any women out there that want to buy their husband Allbirds, A-L-L birds.
Yeah.
They're dressy tennis shoes, and they're super, like, dressy. I wear them for DJing, for everything. And I wear those...
you had in New York, those are waterproof, too.
Yeah, they're...
They make women's as well.
Like, I brought mine because I was like, I could work out in them. I could, do all this. So it was great.
And they looked good.
Yeah. And they're black.
Like, you walk and you walk. Like, you walk so much that you're like, next day your body is just like sore, no matter what. Like, and like, I think I'm pretty active at home. I usually do like 10,000 steps at home, or that's what I aim to do. I work out, but it's another level. So if I can give you any word of advice, bring your very best sneakers. Don't care about what you're going to look like. Just bring your very best sneakers and work every outfit. Listen, I'm a boutique owner, so that was really hard for me, like really hard, because New York, it's like a city of style, and people are beautiful, and like clothing is a thing. But I was like, at one point I was like, I don't care. I am wearing my sneakers and my tube socks and my leggings and my New York sweater that I bought as a tourist and my beanie. I don't care.
I bought a carry-on. I was gold. I was good. Bought the thermals. That was good.
You're good.
So we went to get locks, and then we ended up going.
We did a lot that day.
We went to walk around Madison Square Gardens, went in Penn Station. We saw that quickly, and then we went to Empire State Building, and we got in there. We ended up finding not even last minute tickets. Just buy them online. Don't buy them through the website.
Sure.
I bought them for
They were cheaper, right?
Yeah. Instead of it being like 70, it was 40. We were debating to go to the top, and I said we can always just add that on if we want later. So we go up to the first stage, which is like 70th, I think, and the other one's 100.
Yeah.
We get up 70th, walk around, super cool. The views, the history is super awesome. What you could see as you're walking through.
Real cool.
And then we got up to the 70th. We walked inside, saw the whole, the boreals everywhere.
It can be windy up there. We got lucky we had a nice day, so it wasn't crazy wind. Like, it was still windy, but we had sun, but it was like chilly. So like, if you were going when it's cold, I would like scarf, hat, like beanie, like.
But if you're walking a lot though, you
up there though, if you're gonna spend time up there, you know what I mean? Like, it's a little. It was a little cold, but it's an amazing.
It's a cool view.
I mean, I know that people said there's Top of the Rock and then there's the Empire State Building. We fly by the seat of our pants when we travel. We have things that we kind of want to do, but we don't like etch it in stone because we don't want to disappoint ourselves. And if something else comes along that we're more like, oh my gosh, let's go do this, but we can't because we have something booked here. We're just not those kind of travelers. So,
and plus with me, I mean, look, you're traveling. Things always come down to money a lot. So it's like, how much does it cost to go up to the top? They're like, I think there's, I don't know, it's gonna be like another $100 and some for us to go to the top. And we go to where we are. I'm like, I see my eyes can only see so far. So if I go up higher, I'm like, well, what else am I going to see? And I was blown away where we were on the first level. So for people that are teeter-tottering, what should we do? And the way I think of it is, okay, if I go up further, spend more money, and get a better view, could I take that 100 and go see a comedy show that night? And that's where I get more value because I'm going to go see the whole city everywhere walking around. So I think that was a good decision that we made.
I like that decision.
Yeah, we went up there. And
that's the very first thing we did. Pretty much.
Came down there. We were there for the hour and a half.
Yep. And then we walked. We were going to walk to...
We were going to do lunch. And then we went to like a little...
Train.
No. We walked to Grand Central.
We were walking to Grand Central. And we happened to bump past the New York Public Library.
Yes.
And
which is cool.
It was on like my list of things to see because I'm a huge Sex and the City fan. And anyways, Carrie gets married there. And first of all, like, it's free to go in. Zach's like, how much is this going to be? And I thought, no, you just go right through. We walked through. It is stunning. It's
cool.
Stunning. Like the marble, the architecture. Like if you want something free and you want to see just beauty and history, just go. It's right in the vicinity of a lot of different things. I would say it's a go for me.
It's a mix of
We just walked around. We didn't spend a lot of time by any means. We just cruised through, checked it all out, took some photos. Beautiful. Beautiful. So we happened to stumble on that. Then we stumbled upon Rockefeller Center too.
Yes, that was, for me, that was cool. Any SNL fans, That's the big intro. They had the not roller skate, or they had a roller skating rink instead of the ice skating rink.
That's cool.
That, you know, I mean, for us, we just walked by, checked it out, kind of hung out for, you know, got some photos, but, you know, we saw it. We were ready to go to the next. And
the Grand Central Station.
Yeah. Before we did get lunch at like a little,
like a wall tie restaurant.
Yeah.
Those are
super
so
good.
cool.
We ended up seeing a lot of those all over the place.
It's a lot like Chelsea Market. Like, if you've ever been to Chelsea Market, it's just like doesn't have all like the clothing stores and shops and stuff like that in it. So it was just restaurants with like a bar, but it was so good. So good. Because you have those kind of co-op kind of places are brilliant, especially if you're like with a group of people and you're worried about people being able to pick and choose where they want to eat and everybody's not going to agree on something. Everybody can eat somewhere different and then you all come back to the table and you can have your food and eat whatever you want. So those are like, if you can find that in any city, I think those are like golden.
Yeah, and you get to try it. Yeah, it just...
Right?
It was amazing.
So good. It was so good.
What did we eat? We had like a healthy bowl.
We had a bao bun, and it was like and then
Rice
a
bowl?
Yeah.
Super good.
Really good.
Yeah,
so
it's
good.
not, you know, going to cost you an arm and a leg like a restaurant and all this stuff.
And
You're
it's
not hunkered down
fast
for an hour.
because you can get and go.
Eat and move,
right?
eat and move, eat and
We
move.
want to see as much as we can see when we're in a city, so we were like, yeah, let's go. So that was good. Then we went to Grand Central.
And we went to
right?
Grand Central, which a must just to walk
Mind
through.
blowing. Like it was so beautiful. Like I remember being like, oh. I remember there's like I have this all saved on my Instagram. So if you go to Aria Ride Boutique, there's 4 bubbles. You can see every single day what we did.
That's our boutique name.
That's our boutique name. So you can go in there and you can see everything we did in those 4 days. But I remember walking into Grand Central Station being like, whoa, wow, oh my gosh, did you see this? And there's like locals who are literally riding, you know, the transportation looking at me like, oh, there's a tourist. But it was beautiful.
Yeah, if you're a movie buff, you'll walk through there and just like, oh my gosh, like so many movies were filmed
So cool though.
in there. And then you think like, how did they shut this down to film a movie? Like
Wild.
it's huge. I mean, honestly, everything that I kept saying the first 2 days, everywhere you go in New York just feels like you're at Disneyland, where, you know, like on the when you're walking on the street,
Zach's
you're like,
version of Disneyland is clearly different.
no, but what I mean is, like, you know how all the buildings are like a front facade and there's nothing behind it? A lot of New York felt like that to me. It was so movie-ish that it just didn't seem real. It was so cool. Yeah, it's nuts. And so after Grand Central, where did we go for that?
I think we went back to the hotel and took a break because like you're exhausted. I kind of wanted to like get changed, get out of my clothes, take a break, you know, relax, just put your feet up for a few minutes kind of thing. And then we went out to dinner that night.
Yeah, where did we go?
So it was the pasta place.
Oh, we waited in line. So I'm going to try to link all this stuff in the description
so
below,
this
too.
place isn't even on Yelp, okay? Because it's just not like we get there. There was like an article I read and people were like, you have to go here. And I was like, all right, let's do it. We get there. There's like a line down the block, right? And Zach's like, oh, do you really want to wait? And I was like, we're here. We've already taken the subway here. What area was that in? Do you remember? When there's so many different areas.
It was down south.
You can't ask me because I'm
It was on the north side of Little Italy.
Okay.
Yeah, because we walked from there into Little Italy. It was like Little Italy.
So we like, it was just outside. It wasn't in like the technical touristy area kind of thing. But we waited and it was so worth it. Like it was so good. Now we're not big eaters, so we kind of got shamed for ordering one thing by a server. But
Well,
it's
no,
fine.
we
It's
waited
fine.
in line. We're big, like, you know, walk around like a road pop, kind of enjoy the day. You're on vacation. Like, you know, what's the difference from being on the beach than walking in the city street? It's just, might be frowned upon some places. But anyway, you know, so we're waiting in line for a while. Met some people there, you know, just
Locals.
chatting it up. Yep, let's figure out what area. But, you know, getting
Brooklyn.
their vibe of like where to do whatever. And I went to go get a what was it, like a Truly across the street at like CVS. And I'm there, and she calls me, "Get back here right now! Get back here right now! Right now! They're gonna sit us." Blah, blah. I'm like, "Right now, for real?" I'm like, "I'm running."
Gave away
Yeah.
the table.
But then as I'm walking back across the street,
man.
we're good, and we'll walk in, we sit down, like, "Oh, you know, thank you so much." And then, you know, she got a glass of wine. I think I even just had water then.
Yeah.
And then they're like, "You ready to order?" Like, yeah. I was like, "Can we get one bowl of bolognese, please?" And they go, "Okay." I was like, "No, that's it." Because legit, like that's how we eat, you know, like
I like to like eat multiple times and share and try different things.
if I eat too much, I get so tired. So,
True. And if
but
it's
she
in
looked
front
at
of
us
him,
and
She looks at us and goes, really? Okay.
I'm like,
Pissed. I was like, okay, well, we just made friends here. This is great. But it was well worth it. Then that night we went and walked Little Italy. We walked all around Little Italy. Like, we conquered everything. I fell in love with the sweater that I had to have, and I made Zach come back the next day to go back and buy it.
Yep.
He's like, oh my God,
last
are you
day.
serious? No, it was like the next day I think we did that. It was so good. Okay, so that was like day one. And like we have a major time change, so 3 hours is like really
Day
different.
one, we went to the video game place.
Oh yeah, Zach took me to this.
Well, the big thing too is as the night. Keep in mind also during the day we bought the 7-day subway pass for like $30 a person. I think we just used the correct amount, but I mean,
I think if we were there for more days, we for sure would have used it.
But you could teter-totter back and forth if you want to get the pass. Really think of like how
It was
many
just kind of
times.
easy though. Like you just walked in, you swiped, you went on. You didn't have to go put more money in. And if the subway was there, you'd be running to try to catch it. It made it.
There were times, though, keep in mind when you use the subway card, let's say you use it, and because you're going to run into this, what side of the street you're on, which northbound, southbound are you going. Towards the end, I kind of figured out which way. But if you swipe it and then you go across the street, you're like, oh, it's the wrong one. It wouldn't work. So we did a couple jumps through the gates, and we saw the Rebels. I don't care.
It's fine.
But yeah, so it's worth it. If you guys want to get the subway pass, I definitely 4 days you're going to use it if you're like us and you like what we're talking about.
But we were up pretty late. We woke up the next day, got right at it. Next day we did.
We do lox again.
Yeah.
Or we do breakfast. No, we got bagel and cream cheese.
Yeah, bagel and cream cheese.
Same place though.
So good.
Which we're not normally go back to the same place. We're like try something new.
Like we went back to that place like 3 times. It was so good. Like right in Chelsea. And then I think it was Brooklyn Bridge Day. Did we do Brooklyn Bridge the next day?
We went to we went to the Chelsea Market, which was
No, it was the Chelsea Flea Market.
Yeah, Chelsea Flea Market.
We were there over the weekend, which was really cool. So, like, I think if you could
check out flea markets,
I would definitely go on a weekend because there's a very different vibe from a Friday, Saturday, Sunday to a Monday, and we experienced that. I mean, it's kind of nice if you want to make reservations at a restaurant or get into places that might be a little bit harder to get in on the weekends, obviously. So there is a plus to that, but the vibe on the weekend was out of control.
Yeah, if you're a big flea market person on the weekends, there
we went to 2. We went to the Chelsea Flea Market and we went to the Dumbo.
Yeah, the Chelsea Flea Market was really close to our hotel, and then we walked to the subway. We took it to the Brooklyn Bridge stop on the Manhattan side, and get ready. It's tourists like crazy everywhere, but it's dope.
It was, I don't know, for me, that was probably one of my most standout moments.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I don't know what it was.
When's the last time we were on a bridge like that? Ever?
It's just so stunning. And then when you look around, like when you look across the Brooklyn Bridge, it's beautiful. When you stop and you look back towards Manhattan, it's just like, I don't know, it was breathtaking. There was something about it that just like really shook me.
Well, I don't know if I've walked towards the Golden Gate before, but not anything else.
I don't know what it was. It was just so good. Like it was busy. Don't get me wrong. Like Saturday, beautiful day, packed, but the vibe was good. And then you have all these guys with those 360 things, right? And I'm like looking at him like, we should do this. And he's like, well, how much do you think it is? I was like, I don't know. The guy's like $10. I'm like, let's do it because there's no other way you could get that like all encompassing. It was the best $10 that we spent.
Okay, so if you had to pick between the Empire State Building and Brooklyn Bridge, what was your favorite?
Brooklyn Bridge.
Yeah. But still do both. Go to a high top spot somewhere, get the lookout.
Yeah, you can't there's just no feeling like the Brooklyn Bridge, but there's no view like a high like
Brooklyn
Empire
Bridge
or Top of the Rock or whatever.
Is you can't really describe it. You just got to go there and just be like, I don't know. It was sunny, which helps. And then, once you walk across that, and both sides are amazing. I think they're both identical on each. In a way,
you can go like I know some people I know said they've never walked across. I'm like, oh no, you got to go all the way across so you can see it. And like we didn't come back across, but you got to. Whenever you're in New York, you have to stop where you are and turn around and look behind you. Is one thing that I learned because like it's so much beauty everywhere, and just because you're going this way, but then when you stop and you turn, you're like, holy crap, look at that! Like so many times where it's just like. Wow.
Well, and that's our what we like to do. We just like to explore, look around, grab food, and just look and stare. And New York is probably one of the biggest places that you could do a lot in such a small space. And we've traveled to a lot of places, a lot of countries, but this is so confined and easy to walk around. So it was surreal. And then when you go across the Brooklyn Bridge, we were going to go to another flea market in Brooklyn, and then we were hungry, so we went to another kind of like Chelsea market kind of vibe. 3 levels of restaurants, and I'll try to link everything that we're talking about. So if you guys are interested in knowing everything identically, like kind of where we went.
Like it was good. We ate. Oh, we had that barbecue place. Oh my god.
Yeah, the barbecue spot was called. It's called Time Out Market in
Dumbo.
in Dumbo.
Yeah,
and then
Time Out Market in
We went to
Dumbo.
Bark Barbecue, which was just surreal.
So good.
And,
The guy gives you like a little sample as you're standing there waiting. You're just like, okay, this is gonna be really good, and you're like starving. You know what I mean? But it was
so
like
good.
on a weekend there, crazy busy.
nowhere to sit,
Nowhere to
like
sit.
you know,
Lines are crazy.
get your food to go outside.
Yeah.
Luckily we found a spot on a patio on the area, but it wasn't part of the restaurant, but it's still up top. You could
was
see
rad.
everybody eating, waiting for spots. That
See
was
the bridges, both bridges. It's
Yeah.
Brooklyn, and then what's the other one?
Manhattan. Yeah.
Bridge. So good. And then after that,
Then we found the
Dumbo flea
Dumbo
market.
flea market in
So
Brooklyn.
cool.
Yeah.
so cool. Like,
All mix of stuff.
yeah, like, and they're not like these two flea markets we went to. They're not huge. They're like, a little bit of time walking around, antiques and people making stuff, and just cool. We ended up buying Arya a Disney menorah at the one of them because it was like literally
it was super cool.
It was
I've
so
never seen it, so
cool.
it's one of.
I mean, we smashed the whole thing because we trekked it all around Manhattan with us, but we crazy glued together. It's fine. It's back at the house. It made it in one piece. But yeah, those are really cool. And then after that, we walked to what's that in between road where you see the bridge?
Oh, I don't know what it's called, but in every
It's
movie,
in Dumbo,
when there's
but-
two buildings right here
gosh.
and you're looking through and like it's a couple kissing and then in the back is the Blue Ridge. That
Manhattan
for me,
Bridge. Is that the
I
Manhattan
think
Bridge?
it was pretty surreal.
Unreal.
Yeah.
Like, it was like you turn the corner. Actually, we saw that right away. We saw that before we went to eat lunch because remember, you come off the Brooklyn Bridge and it kind of pushes
Oh, yeah,
around and
cruise
everybody
around,
kind
yeah.
of cruised down that one road and then boom, it's
Yeah,
right
true.
there.
But it's
You're
all
like,
kind of
whoa,
walk.
wow. Like, it's legendary. If you look in like things to do in New York, it's
I mean, if you're there on a weekend, just follow people.
yeah, just not down a dark
People will be your tour guides because we got off the train and I was like, let's just go left. Yeah, this is the way.
It was cool. That
It
was
was
really
nuts.
cool.
And then that night we have dumplings.
That night, yes.
Yes, we had dumplings. We went to Chinatown, I think, near. It's kind of near.
Mr. Shanghai.
Right below Little Italy, I think
called?
yeah, no, something like that. I'll try to
my
link everything
God.
that we talked about.
Yeah,
but
this
we
place
waited.
had a line up.
We waited. It was very windy that night, and
It was cold.
I waited outside.
I was miserable.
And then she waited inside. And ended up meeting another cool couple family. They gave us some more recommendations.
Joe's Shanghai.
Yeah, Joe Shanghai.
Joe's Shanghai. Cash only. Cash only.
But they got cash machines everywhere, so you wouldn't worry. But amazing dumplings. It's worth the wait, but actually an hour and a half wait. I think it was like an hour and a half.
I mean, so what I would do at these restaurants if I would have known any better and I was that hungry, I would have went early. Like I would have been there like 4 o'clock or like 3:30.
Now that eats into our plan and time.
Yeah, but
and-
I just would have had a snack and then moved on and then ate again somewhere else. You know what I mean? I feel like, but it was worth it. It was really worth it.
Yes, great place. I'll try to link everything again that we're talking about. So if you guys want to hit it up. But yeah, certain places are very busy.
Like so busy. Like that one was.
Yeah,
long way.
I don't know. We didn't wait an hour and a half anywhere again during that.
But that was for sure the longest.
And then we went there, and then we went. Was that the late night music? No,
No, because that's when we had pizza. That was the next night.
because we were there 4 nights. Yeah, true. So I forgot,
all
what did we
blends
do
in.
after that?
I think we went closer back to our spot and found like some Irish pub or something, and we just hung out and like because we just wanted to like at that point we were in Chinatown. We were staying, more in Chelsea, so we had to like. You're like, do you take the late night subway? How do you get
Well,
back?
things change. Late
kind
night
of thing.
subway changes with what runs, where runs. So for me, I just like to be home base at least within like a mile walking distance.
I think we
mean,
were back
fine.
a little bit earlier because we were up so
Yeah.
late the night before. And then the next day.
No, that night we went to Chelsea Papaya.
Oh,
and your hot dog.
yeah. Had a papaya hot dog.
Papaya hot
Grace
dog.
papaya.
was
It's just a
good.
regular hot dog. But get the chili and the cheese on it. It makes it that much better.
And what did we do the next day? We woke
No
up.
indigestion. Next day was the show.
Next day was the show.
Next day was
Chelsea Market we went to. Chelsea Market.
Yeah.
A must. Chelsea Market's a must.
So cool.
Make sure you head over there to the Chelsea Market. It's just dope. 2 levels of shops
We walked
and eating.
the High Line.
Highline.
We walked the High Line.
True.
High Line.
Highline is worth doing. Just a beautiful walk. It's just
so
a nice.
pretty, so cool.
walk
Used to be an
that's-
old train track.
Instead of walking on the city streets, just you can walk a mile or something,
Yeah.
and then you can get out right at the Chelsea Market.
So good. Outside of the Chelsea Market, there's a master like Starbucks roasters.
Go to that.
It's cool. Just go in and see how
You would
they're
never
roasted.
think it's a Starbucks.
Oh, it's insane. They have a bar in there, food. It's incredible.
It's like
real cool.
if Charlie and the Chocolate Factory had coffee, it'd be one of the scenes in the movie. This would be it. It was. You get to watch them. They're informative. They'll educate you on stuff. Ask questions. They got a full bar there if you want.
Yeah.
It's surreal.
People told me that I missed out on the espresso martini. Apparently, they have a good espresso martini.
I bet.
But we didn't. We
So
didn't do it.
we did that.
Was that.
Then we took
went,
train
Yeah.
To Hell's Kitchen because we were gonna go see Wicked.
Yes. Now, there's like a million show opportunities and they can be expensive, y'all. And I think you have to decide what you really want. Like, we love things like that, but we're more of a like walk around, get lost, see places, eat different places, see all the neighborhoods kind of thing. I'm so happy we saw Wicked though. It was awesome. It was long.
Yeah.
3 hours and 45 minutes with a 15-minute intermission. So 3.5 hours.
It was long, but it's worth it. I mean, like, and plus, I mean, would you rather have it be short if you're spending that kind of money on a show? Like, well, that was like 45 minutes.
Nah, it was good. Minus like the air conditioning they were pumping, and I thought I was going to die because I was freezing my butt off. Oh, hi, Sunny. So I'm like, what is
Yeah, it's
that?
good. We found a cool little bar right before that. Live DJ spinning, like amazing. Like,
Dolly Varden.
Dolly Vardens or something. Vargans or something.
Dolly, it was the coolest.
Super cool. I mean,
So cool.
and speaking of that, like, I think we got you got a cocktail or Prosecco, and I got a beer. I mean, keep this in mind, there are places that can be expensive. I think everybody that ever we've talked to and will say that New York is just too expensive. It just depends how you do things.
It's spending.
Like, I mean, we don't eat that much when we
don't
eat.
order 2 entrees and an appetizer. We're not cocktail drinkers. Fancy cocktail. If you wanted a fancy cocktail at that Dolly place, it was like $21 was the cheapest. I think to $29, $35 you can get like a tiered level. We're just different travelers. I wouldn't say we were like penny pinchers, but we definitely like are thrifty travelers.
Yeah, we want to do as much as we can. So when we do things like that, that's.
So we saw the show,
and then we went to Times Square after Wicked, and we walked there. We didn't take the subway; it was close enough to Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah.
Did we go to the other pho place before? We did. Yeah,
we did.
We went and had pho at the spot in Hell's Kitchen.
We didn't time our eating very well. We saw a 3:00 show. Was it 3:00 show? Which is weird because like we had a late breakfasty lunch, so we weren't really hungry when we went to the theater. But then by the time you get in the theater and you're there for 3 hours, starving.
We were hungry, so we had some pho, whatever you want to call it.
Really good. Walkable from
Hell's Kitchen was amazing. I mean, we could have spent the day or night
for sure.
just hanging out there. It's a cool little area of New York that I definitely recommend. But we had stuff there, and then we walked to Times Square, and we walked into like a Sunday. If you've ever been to Times Square,
you just like turn the corner and it's like, whoa. You're in a different world.
Yeah, it was just
total different world.
It was just nuts. I mean, I always say it's like combining downtown Vegas and regular Vegas, but into a one little area of like a 3, 4, 5 block radius right in the center. Sure. And tons of people, all types of people, all types of things. But it's definitely you gotta go to Times Square. I mean,
like literally at this point of the night too, I was freezing because we didn't go back and get changed. And I thought it was going to be warm enough for the evening, but it wasn't. And I looked at Zach, I was like, okay, I either have to go back, but to trek all the way back to your hotel just to get changed made no sense. So here's my hack. There are all the big stores there, okay? You've got Gap and Old Navy and H&M and all that. I was like, let's just run into Old Navy. I'm going to go right to the back to the sale rack, and I'm just going to buy a sweater and throw it on, So I went to women's, nothing. I was like, darn it. Oh, let's go to the men's, nothing. I was like, okay, I can fit in probably a kid's extra large. Sure enough, I found like a long sleeve hoodie sweater. I literally like popped the tags, threw it on, put it, and away we went. Because like, I didn't want to waste, you're only there for so long. Like I could not fathom wasting the time to go back to get changed. So I just improvised. I think it was $7.99 for the sweater. Like even if I never wear it again, it is what it is.
No, but it's much better. I mean, like, I'm in New York. Let's go buy something nice. Like, look, sometimes you got to know these little like hacks. Yeah, whatever the cheapest thing is to make me warm. Like, let's do it. It's like if it's raining.
Cold, I am a miserable bitch.
I was told that if you've ever been in the rain, the second it starts raining, you get weirded out because all these people come out selling umbrellas out of nowhere. Out of nowhere.
Come out of the woodwork.
It's like a Disney show. It's like all of a sudden, Lydia.
Really?
Yeah, she's like, they just come out of nowhere. And
well, it rained that one night. I never saw. Oh, if you're in Times Square.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see it. They'll sell you anything in Times Square. It's probably the same guys who sell all the knockoff bags on the street. They probably have them inside the bags and they just pull them out. Mary Poppins.
I don't know. But we went there and then we took the train because that's the Cafe Wall night. So then we took the train back to
What area was it?
I think it was Never Eat West Side. It was the West Side. Wait, what night did we shoot the music? The music was the night before.
That's Cafe Wall was the same
No,
night.
the night we went to the live jazz place. And I said, we just went to the bar, and then I came out to the lounge.
That was the rainy night.
Gotcha. That was the second night.
Yeah.
But we went to Joe's Pizza, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah. We didn't even plan that. We just got
They
off.
have multiple locations.
Yeah, we just got off the train, and all of a sudden we were hungry, and like, wait, isn't Joe's Pizza like one of the places everybody should eat? And they go, yeah. So we went there.
Perfect. Walk up to the counter, order a slice.
Yep, smash that. And then Cafe Wall we went to, which is a bar / live music venue.
So good.
Yeah, go
So
a
good.
billion%. Just go,
good.
just go.
Go earlier though. Like
Yeah.
if we went earlier, we would have had a better seat because you have to buy a
I
ticket.
didn't mind our seats.
They weren't. Yeah, but your back wasn't turned to
And
the
it
band,
depends
like
what you.
mine
It
was.
depends what you wanna. What kind of vibe you're in right now. If you want to get down and be front row and get jumping up and down, then yeah, go. But we were right up to the side, right by the stage. Amazing performers. They have 2 shows every night. They do
My
it.
ticket,
And it's like $20 plus
it was
the
worth it.
It's so worth it. And we stayed for both shows.
Yeah,
Like we stayed for the one. Are they gonna duplicate the second? They go no.
they were so
I'm
good.
like, okay. We stayed there for three.
It's
three
like
hours.
it's like a 7-piece band. 5 of them sing. Like it was so cool. It
was
that
amazing.
was so cool.
It was-
Then we went to Joe's Pizza again.
After that, we went to Joe's Pizza again. Yeah, because we were starving. Yeah,
We were starving. We just had a quick bite, and then that was a late night.
and then we went back.
Really late night. And then that takes us to Monday.
Yeah, and then our last day was Monday. We woke up, and what
We
do?
slept in because we were tired.
Well, last day we went to Sex and the City. Oh no, last day we went to Reuben.
Oh my gosh. Oh, we went to
Cats?
Cats. Yep, we went to Cats. Now, expensive. Like,
I mean, it's look,
Expensive.
but you're on vacation. New York's
but
expensive.
it was good.
But we, again, going back to how we eat, like we tend to, we like to split things and eat more. So we got a Reuben sandwich and a bowl of matzo ball soup. So we split the Reuben. I mean, they're big. I mean,
Yeah,
they're
it was
good size. And again, like you want to eat more.
If you got the full sandwich, was it $28 for one full sandwich?
Yeah.
Kind of absurd for what it is.
I think we did a half sandwich
half sandwich
and
and
soup for like 22 or something,
Yeah.
but it's so worth it. I mean, the meat
It was
is.
good. It was delicious.
We've had bad Reubens at places, and now that always sticks.
It's
in my
probably the
brain.
best. It's probably one of the best that I've ever had, to be honest.
That was amazing.
It was so good.
And
then we went to
Walked to.
we walked to Sex and the City, which was
West
Sarah
Village.
Jessica's Parker's like
Home
the
TV show.
where his film was so cool. It was so beautiful over there. Like that was just that area. What was that?
I think it's East Village.
East Village, and then there was all those cute little restaurants on the corner, and we popped into one and had like some champagne and a drink. It just the cutest for me in New York.
It was like
that was like
Tribeca.
my favorite.
Tribeca area.
No, it wasn't Tribeca. It was
Hudson
like
Square, West Village. Oh yeah, because we walked by Washington
Yes.
Square. West Village.
West Village. It was West Village. Yeah, we went by the university, right?
Yes, NYU University.
Walks right all through NYU and all around like beautiful. Like when you think brownstones and fancy brownstones and things like that, that is that.
Dante Martini, is where we went.
Dante Martini, the cool. Like I wish we would have eaten there. We didn't because we just stopped in for a drink. But like the food that we sat at the bar, the food that was going by us, unbelievable smells. Like we're like, what was that? What was that? What was that? I mean, it was so good.
It was good. And then we're like, what should we do for this? And then we took the train up to like 98th Street, Central Park on the west side, knowing that I wanted to go see the huge like walk path in Central Park that you see in movies. Super famous. So we got off the train, we just like cut our way through, knew that Central Park was that way. So it was like, look, if we go this way, we're gonna hit it.
We did. It was perfect. We like walked up the steps and it was like, wow.
No, it's
There it is.
amazing.
So beautiful. It's just like breathtaking.
Conquered a lot of Central Park. It's a beautiful spot. It's huge. I mean, zoo, lake. I mean, so many hiking pathways. I mean,
So
our
pretty.
plan was to actually just grab food like we do in like Paris and just go sit in the grass somewhere and eat some food because that's the kind of vibe it feels like when you're there.
Yeah.
Just amazing. So conquer Central Park. If it takes like 4 hours or 5 to walk around the whole
See
thing,
some of it. Like
Yeah.
you don't have to do it all, but
you can just walk through it from east to west side.
you can ride
and-
bikes.
Uh-huh.
They've got like the horse carriage thingies too. You see people doing, but you know,
Yep.
it's up to you what you want to do with that. But it's worth it. Like for sure, you have to see. I'd love to see it in the fall.
Oh yeah, the leaves changing. Holy crap!
Crazy.
Yeah, I mean nuts. Then we got hungry, so we're on the now east side of Central Park, And I just searched, found this guy who's got a streetcar vendor because I was like, got to check off and have street food. So he was selling,
hit almost everything.
he was selling kebabs and sandwiches, and I was like, it was amazing. Just grabbed some kebabs,
Just let Zach like take a photo with him and everything.
yeah, like hunkered down and sat in the stoop area and just ate. And then we were right by like Fifth Avenue. So then we walked. Jess wanted to go to Magnolia Bakery, which I had no idea. And then would we get
The
there?
best banana bread pudding. Not gonna lie, if you like bananas, get it. It's just like this delectable, most delicious banana chantilly cream with like cake. I don't know. It's so good.
Chantilly cream.
I brought it back to the hotel room and ate it the next morning before we left on the airplane because it was so good.
And I was like, you're leaving that here? She's like, no, I'm just gonna eat some right now.
I'm like,
And then, so that was awesome. And then that night, went back to Chelsea Market area, had some food at an amazing Italian restaurant. And then went to found this random cool bar. Like we were gonna leave Chelsea, walk back to our hotel, and just find these cool roads. You're like, this is for sure 2 blocks of just awesomeness. And you either can look at amazing stoops and houses and stuff, or go. And we found this amazing bar playing great music. Hung out there, and then every night it always ended up being like 12 o'clock.
Yep.
I think without
By the time
planning
we
it.
get back, it'd be 1.
Yep.
Like, and I mean, for us, it's not a big deal because we're 3 hours behind. But you just like, we just stayed on our time zone and just kind of shifted it to there. And I think that worked out the best because then when we came home, it was like no issues. You're just like, bam, right back to normal life. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to be like waking up in New York at 6 in the morning, which would have been 3 o'clock our time. I do not want to come home and wake up 3 a.m. Like you do not want to shift like that.
No. Yeah. And that was the 4th night. So it conquered a ton. And we were even going to plan on waking up the next morning and going to the Bronx, I think, if we could. But we were just going to wake up at our own time because we had to fly out, I think, not till 5 or 4:50. And got up, went to our Locks place and had another bagel and Locks, our last one, and then came back to the hotel and everything was packed up, and we were gonna go do something, and they were like, let's just head to, because we were trying to figure out if we should Subway it back or take a Uber back, and Subway is like a 2.
I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't prepared to trek my suitcase all through the dirty streets of New York.
If you don't catch the right time, we could walk 2 blocks and get one train, but we missed it, and then we had to walk 10 blocks to the Penn Station. So we were like, you know what? It's the end of a great trip. Let's just take a Uber back.
We're tired. Like, you guys, like 4 full days for me.
And we went full.
Like nonstop. We did not stop.
Full.
We only went back a couple times to like change our clothes and then go back out. But it's like, go. Like we are like go from morning to night. There's no stopping. Is there anything that we didn't do that you wish we would have done?
I don't know, maybe anything, maybe hip hop oriented in the Bronx. There's probably a lot of murals, a lot of like cool stuff to see.
Didn't get to the Bronx. I think I would have liked to have seen the 9/11 memorial. I know it was gonna like be a lot of time and we just didn't kind of get to that area. I wouldn't have minded like taking the ferry to like seeing the Statue of Liberty. Like we got to see it from multiple points of New York, but we didn't get close.
Yeah, we had to pick
it,
and choose
so.
with our time frame.
Yeah, you have to like decide what do you like to do on your vacation. Like what floats your boat, what fills your cup, what makes you happy, and everybody's different. We were talking about that. Like traveling is a personal experience. It's not an overall bubbled experience. Everybody likes to do it differently. Everybody enjoys different things. So it's good to ask a bunch of different people what they liked, and then you take from what other people like and you pocket it, I feel like, and then you build it from there. You know what I mean? Because no 2 people are alike when it comes to traveling or what they like to do.
And there's no right or wrong way to do it,
Yeah.
You do what you do, and that's, thankfully with the world that we live in, with you watching us and following us.
What was the concept you came up with? Remember, you're like, we're gonna start a
No
thing
agendas.
called No Agendas, where you just like have a day and you have no agenda and you're gonna do one thing, but there's no agenda and you see where it takes it. Well, that's just kind of us. Like we never really had a full-fledged agenda. We had things we kind of wanted to do, things we wanted to see, hence like stumbling upon the New York Public Library. And it's like, oh, cool. I really want to. Zach's like, what is that? I'm like, oh, that's a public library. Let's go in. Let's just go in. We're here. Let's do it. You know?
We're a very no agenda kind of people, but we do enough research to know what's like. We do it just on the fly.
We're so lucky that we have digital, social media and digital is right at our fingertips. Like, could you imagine 20 years ago trying to do that?
But it doesn't work a lot of times. You could bite us too, and it just didn't on this trip. Like if you want to go to if you want to go to the Empire State Building and you need a reservation and they're sold out that day, well, you might not be going. So we're okay to risk that world, and it usually always works out, and it's always meant to be. So if you guys are like fly by the seat of your pants, you know, like you schedule things day of and explore and have no agendas, you know, then hopefully this is good information for you guys. I'll try to link everything that we talked about in the
And if you have any questions, you can always drop us a line in you know, the podcast or wherever you are. You can hit us up on Money Marriage Magic on our Instagram is probably the quickest place to get it.
Or with
that,
I mean,
or
the
you
New
can
York
watch.
trip's all on Aria Ryan Boutique on
There's
Instagram.
bubbles. There's 4. Day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4. And I just kind of saved everything as we walked through New York and as we did the things.
And I have everything recorded, so I'll make a video at some point.
It was awesome, you guys. If you can get to New York, do it. It's definitely a once in a lifetime, maybe twice in a lifetime, maybe like more. Like, would you go back?
I mean, we always talk about this. I'd go a lot of other places before I go back to New York just because I want to see more, you know, and, you know, everything costs money. So I want to see somewhere else before I go back there, unless it was a specific reason.
Yeah, like
you know?
maybe a show or something. Or
But even that, though, I mean, shows travel around now. So it's, I don't know. We did a
maybe if
lot.
there was like an insane concert.
We
in the
covered so
fall.
much. A concert could be cool. A concert, but then getting there is a lot. You know, it's a big travel.
Or we said if we were like traveling to Europe or something and we had like a 24-hour like layover there or something might be cool. But then getting from the airport to where everything happens.
No, you just stay by the airport. But yeah, we'd figure it out. So
It's an amazing city, you guys. Thanks
Yes.
for listening to us talk about our travels and explain it. We tried to break it down as quickly as we could. The only reason we did actually this podcast is a couple of y'all asked us via like social media, hey, can you like recap your trip? We'd love to know about it. So you can watch it, and now you know about it. And
follow us on any platform. We're out there everywhere, you guys, to watch, to listen, and we just appreciate you guys all paying attention and liking what we like to say. So we will see you guys on the next episode.
next episode. Thanks, guys. We love you. See you later. Bye.
Shouldn't see me. Bye-bye.
I didn't even know you were talking to me.
It's cheaper than therapy.
Yep.